Hi, I'm Caleb with Lucky Farms Produce, and today we are going to be working on our big hoop house here. So last week in the last video, my parents helped us bring our pigs, Bacon and Skippy Jack, and we've got them in our hoop house, and they are working on kind of eating the old weeds and tilling up, and we're just using them to help kind of prepare the ground better for next year. And so while my parents were here, they helped me tear down all the old end walls. So we got all the end walls down, and so now we're pretty much ready just to start rebuilding. Um, I've got to rerun ridge boards down the south side and then rebuild both end walls. This last week, Ashley was able to go up and get the new plastic from Morgan County Seed along with a bunch of planting materials. So we're in good shape there. So now all we got to do is start building in walls. So I'm going to start, we're going to set a 4x4 post in concrete on each side of the big doors on both ends. So I'm going to start by digging those holes. So another big thing we got done this last little bit is Ashley was able to travel up to Missouri It's about a 5-hour drive, and to Morgan County Seed, which is a big seed and supply store for vegetable farming and stuff like that. So we got a big haul up there. It was the biggest investment at one time we've ever put into this business, but we're excited to have this stuff, and it's going to be able to let us grow the business so much. So the biggest thing she got is this big box right here is all the plastic to redo our hoop house. It's like a 40-foot by 150-foot roll. That was the most expensive part, but it's going to let us extend the growing season and do all sorts of great stuff. Then we got a big roll of landscape fabric that should help us with some of our weed pressure. We have a whole irrigation system here with all the pieces and the drip tape and the header line and everything. That will let us automate our watering time to where we're not spending time holding the hose, and we can spend that time taking care of the actual plants. We got a whole case of hanging baskets right here, so we can do flowers this year, hanging basket flowers. That's something I was really excited about, and I'm hoping that it's a nice little market for us to push into. We got a couple cases of 6-pack trays, a whole bunch of these web trays that they sit in, a whole big case of 3-inch pots and some other stuff. A bunch of that's already at our house, so we can start planning for the year. But it was a big trip. It was it's going to be a big jump in our business. We're able to kind of jump levels with the equipment and the resources that she was able to go pick up. So it's a little intimidating when you spend that much money all at once, but I think it's signs of good things to come, and I'm excited to get this stuff put into use and start making that money back. So one thing I wanted to do is give you guys kind of an update on how the pigs were doing. They've got the half that we gardened in a lot last year. They've got it pretty well torn up. It's actually looking pretty good, and they've started eating a bunch of the grass and the roots and all this stuff out here, and they've kind of torn into my compost pile over there. So I just fed these guys, so they're over here munching. So the pigs are actually doing pretty good. We have got the in post, their big 12-foot post set for both the doors on the front end. We still got to do the back end. Hopefully I can come back here in a little bit and start working on framing these end walls up, the rest of the end wall. We were rushing trying to get the post set last time we were working, and we got it done. We had family out here helping, so we try to use them as much as possible. They were able to help us get this whole area up here all trimmed up and cleaned up, and then we got a bunch of trash hauled off. So one thing about me and Ashley that is kind of important to know is we're extremely busy. We both coach youth and high school wrestling, which right now we're in the peak of wrestling season, so that takes all of our time. Ashley works full-time at Tractor Supply. I work full-time in an architect's office as a project manager, and then we have a woodworking business, and so me and Ashley stay very, 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 very busy. And so we have to kind of fit projects here on the farm end where we can, and eventually it'd be cool if we could do this full-time, and and we could find more time to work on this. But right now we just have to make time for it when we can, because some of these other things are how we pay our bills and a little more important at the moment. So Sundays we get to work on stuff, and then some evenings, but it's mainly on Sundays. So if it seems like we bounce around a lot and it takes forever to get simple things done, you're absolutely right, it does. So hopefully today we can get some more stuff done and I can share some more stuff with you, but I wanted to give you an update here on the pigs. Let's see, you can see kind of they got the ground torn up. It's actually looking pretty good. What I'll probably do is here in a little bit I will come in there and I'll pick up any trash that's in there and spread that compost out and let them start working that in.